Diocletian may very well have saved the Roman Empire by his efforts. By restabilizing the military, creating a new bureaucracy, and eventually dividing the empire into a tetrarchy, he had saved it from the fires and the devastation of the crisis of the 3rd century. But in dividing the empire, many believe that Diocletian weakened it. Creating a junior and senior emperor in both the eastern and western halves, he had made sure that the western half and the eastern half would be split from here on out, changing the course of history. In the west, the junior emperor, Constantius, serving Maxentius, died in 307 and was replaced by his son Constantine, who had greater ambitions. After Constantius died, his army declared their allegiance to Constantine in 306 at Ibracum in Britannia, modern-day York in England, and Constantine decided to challenge Maxentius for control of the western half of the empire. It would lead to one of the greatest battles in Roman history and a turning point watershed moment for both the Roman Empire and Christianity and Constantine himself. The night before this battle, in Milvian Bridge in 311, Constantine received a sign in the sky with the first 2 letters of Jesus Christ's name, the Chi Rho, and a voice from heaven saying, "In this sign ye shall conquer." Constantine, although not very religious, followed the traditions of his mother, who was a devout Christian, and made sure to embolden the shields of his soldiers with this great symbol, and used it in the battle the next day. The ensuing victory would change the world, as Maxentius was defeated and Constantine became the sole ruler of the western half of the empire. The victory would change history, the Christian Church, the Roman Empire, and Constantine himself. Holding on to the traditions of his mother had turned out to be a wise decision, and allying himself with the fastest-growing religion and one of the most peaceful in Rome made Constantine very popular. In 313, to reward the Christians, he legalized the religion, ending its persecutions with the Edict of Milan. This was a turning point, and a complete reversal of the heavy persecutions the Church had suffered sporadically through the first 2.5 centuries of its existence, especially those under Diocletian and Maxentius just a few years prior. Constantine honored his mother by doing this, as Helena traveled across the Middle East looking for the signs of Jesus' life, including the cross. And the Christian bishops allied themselves heavily with Constantine and would continue to be an influence in the empire until its demise. Constantine's victory at the Milvian Bridge was not the last of his military victories. He defeated Licentius in 324 and became the sole ruler of the Roman Empire, establishing himself and the Constantinian dynasty. Now in charge of the entire empire, as he began to build his new capital, the issues of Christianity, the largest religion in the empire, were now the issues of the state. In 325, Constantine called together the Council of Nicaea to settle the issue of whether Christ was fully divine or created by the Father. This had led to schism in the Christian Church and the empire, and with the council deciding that Christ was of the same substance with the Father, the issues of the Church and the issues of the state were intertwined, including Constantine's own conversion, which happened at his deathbed when he was baptized. He continued to rule over the empire, creating a new capital, a Nova Roma, over the city of Byzantium, known as Constantinople. Right at the Straits of the Black Sea, it was a new capital, and meant to connect the empire. It also brought more attention to the eastern half of the empire, which would survive the barbarian onslaughts of the 5th century, and has become one of the most beautiful and well-renowned cities in all of history. Meanwhile, its chief architect continued to enjoy his power and prestige, becoming one of Rome's most accomplished and greatest emperors, beginning a new dynasty and a new era in Roman history. He passed away in 337, right after receiving baptism and after reigning for over 30 years. By the time of his death, Rome was strong, the Church was strong, and Constantine was stronger than all.